Where the news is with Katrina Smith.
Welcome and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday. It's April 5th. I'm Katrina Smith. Meteorologist Samantha Wessing is in for James this morning. Picked a good indoor day to come in and work, right?
Yes, this whole weekend is just cloudy.
Washout, right?
Rain. It's not even going to be that warm either. We're talking temperatures 50s today, but it's just today widespread rain. Not too much you can do
Bone chilling.
Yeah, one of those days, stay inside, maybe get some spring cleaning done, something like that. So we're talking wet weather for today. Let's take a look at that Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Widespread rain for this morning. As you can see, some pockets of heavy rain, especially down to our south of Norwich, south of Oneonta as well. But we're going to continue to see this widespread rain move on throughout the morning. See a couple of breaks, though, as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures pretty much sitting in the 40s to start our day for today. We will slide into close to the low 50s for our high, but it won't feel like it. It's going to be cold. It's going to be cloudy. As you can see, we continue throughout the day today. Rain for the majority of the day, more in the way of scattered showers, though, by this afternoon, not as widespread as we saw this morning. So what I'm going to be watching is that wet weather this weekend, keeping an eye, though, on those rivers and streams, as we're going to be seeing some heavier rain at times. And I know the S word, the dreaded S word this time of year, snow, possible in the forecast. Something we're keeping an eye on. Models not quite lining up just yet, but we'll keep an eye on that snow as we head to the start of the work week. Have a full look at that forecast coming up. Back over to you, Katrina.
Thank you so much, Sam. Well, today is
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Samantha Wessing.
Good morning. What a dreary Saturday it is. We're talking cloudy skies, rain pretty much the majority of the day, widespread rain this morning, and just those temperatures not as warm as we've been feeling. We're in the 40s for our high for today. Some areas could slowly approach 50, but it's going to feel like the 40s for much of your weekend. Let's take a look at that downtown Utica Tower Cam. You can see that wet weather out there this morning, wet roadways. And look at that camera right there. You can see the water spots. Not warm as we start out for these morning hours. Like I said, beginning of the day in the 40s, and we're not going to change too much as we head throughout the day. 46 in Westernville, 41 in Westmoreland, down to the Southern Valley. Still looking in the 40s, low 40s. Might slightly get to the mid to upper 40s, but it's not going to feel like it. You're not going to spend too much time outside today. Like I said, rain expected the majority of the day. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Widespread rain, some heavier rain out towards the Syracuse area, but you can see widespread rain moving on in throughout the morning. We do look to become a little scattered by the afternoon, but mostly dealing with rain as we head throughout the day. Saw some rain arriving early on this morning, and then it's going to continue as I push on out. Just system after system approaching us for this week, and this is going to keep that continual rain throughout the day today. Not as much for tomorrow, but still that chance. And as it pushes on through, a couple more systems could possibly bring some snow for the beginning of the work week. Timing all of this out, though, for today so you can plan your day. There's that widespread rain, some heavier rain, especially south of the Thruway throughout the day today. And as we head into the afternoon, you can see that rain beginning to break up, a little more scattered, but clouds staying with us throughout the entire day. Not going to see much in the way of sunshine for your Saturday. And as we continue into the evening, we become a little bit more widespread into the overnight hours and to start the day on Sunday. Just a couple showers here and there, clouds sticking around, maybe a peak or two of sunshine, but we're going with mostly cloudy throughout the day on Sunday, right on into Sunday evening. So the rain does come to an end for the second half of the weekend, but doesn't get much sunnier. Now, as far as rainfall amounts go, quarter to half an inch for this first round of widespread rain, especially, like I said, you can see south of the Thruway. And then we're going to add another about quarter to half an inch with the rain that arrives overnight tonight. So this is what we're looking at by the time you wake up on Sunday morning. So a decent amount of rainfall, heavier rain at times. Now, I know I mentioned snow. Models, though, not quite aligning up. We kind of have that difference still. No snow here on this one, showing some snow on the other. So something we're going to keep an eye on as we head towards Monday, how those systems are aligning, whether or not we'll see that snow Sunday night into Monday. 40s for today, widespread rain and clouds. For tonight, we're down in the 30s, cloudy. That rain again arriving overnight. And there's that 7-day forecast. Just some rain in the morning on Sunday. Then we do dry out. We get a little bit cloudier. Watching for snow on Monday as well as for Tuesday. Thankfully, though, it's not a long-lived snow and we get back into the 40s and 50s to end the work week. So Katrina, what other year did all 4 #1 seeds make it to the final
I don't know.
4?
What is the only kind of question that I can't answer? Sports. But I'm going to go with 2008 because I have a really, really smart director.
I call that cheating on her part. So let's give the director.
Weapon. That's what that's called.
We'll give him the credit. We'll give him the credit today.
And thank you once again for saving my hide.
You always get it right. I'm going to get it one time.
I have my ways. Thank you so much, Sam. Coming up, more. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith. A wet and rainy weekend ahead. We'll get you right over to the Weather Center with meteorologist Samantha Wessing in for James today. Wow, I guess the radar behind you says it all.
It paints a pretty good picture of what's going on out there right now. Widespread rain. We're talking just a wet, dreary sort of feeling. Cold, yes, you definitely feel that cold air. 40 degrees outside, but certainly does not feel like that for this morning. You can see on that Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, widespread rain, some heavier rain out to our west, out towards Syracuse, but just widespread rain continuing to push on through. The heavier the rain does look to stay south of the thruway as we have throughout the morning. Good news, it does slowly break up, more scattered showers by the afternoon. We're sitting in the 40s pretty much throughout the majority of the state. And we go throughout the next couple hours, getting into the mid to upper 40s for our high today. But that rain kind of sticking with us throughout the majority of your Saturday. So what I'm going to be tracking is that wet weather for this weekend. So keeping an eye on those rivers and streams, just making sure there isn't any flooding, as it's going to be continuous rain throughout the day today and possibly some snow back on the way. We're watching for some snow Sunday to Monday possibly, as well as into Tuesday. Good news though, it's not a long-lived snowfall. We warm back up as we head to the end of the work week. Full forecast coming up. Back over to you, Katrina.
Well, thank you so much, Sam. Water was rushing over the Hinckley Dam on Friday. The Power Authority is releasing that water to draw the reservoir levels down in preparation for the heavy rains that Sam was just talking about that we are expecting to last for the duration of the weekend. Downstream from the dam in Poland, the water already running high. The West Canada Creek looking less like a creek and more like a raging river there. Some parts of the West Canada Creek campground on Route 8 already were submerged as well. So we'll keep an eye on that rain throughout the weekend. The Thruway Bridge that
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Samantha Wessing.
Good morning. Talking rain back in the forecast for today. Just rainy and cold for pretty much the majority of the weekend. Those clouds looking to stay with us as well. So not too much in the way of sunshine as we head towards next week. Let's take a look at that downtown Utica camera. You can see that wet camera right there. Wet roadways, widespread rain continuing to pass on through. The heavier the rain down to the south of the thruway, but still seeing some wet weather here in Utica this morning. Temperatures sitting in the 40s for the day today. And we're pretty much going to sit in the 40s for the majority of the day, maybe get into the mid to upper 40s by the afternoon, but we're not warming up much at all as we head into the day today. You can see down to the Southern Valley 40s as well, 45 in Sherburne, 45 to start in Norwich. Looking at that Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Widespread rain making its way. You can see some of that heavy rain down to our south as well as out towards the Syracuse area. We'll see some pockets of heavier rain here as well, but that'll push on through, widespread throughout the entire morning. Then we become a little bit more scattered as we head into the afternoon. You can see that rain arriving throughout the morning hours, pushing on through. And then as we take a step back, just multiple systems passing over us today. That's going to trigger these rain showers as we continue on out. This will push on through. The next system will arrive mostly on Sunday to Monday. And with that, we could see some snow back into the forecast to start the work week. So just some wet weather ahead for the next couple of days. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast as we continue throughout the day today. You can see that heavier rain, like I said, mainly south of the thruway. As we head into the afternoon, that widespread rain does look to come to an end, and then we become much more scattered as we head into the evening. Clouds, though, staying with us throughout the majority of the day, so mostly cloudy for the evening tonight, and then by the late night, overnight hours, more in the way of widespread rain to start the morning on Sunday, though we will be more scattered, cloudy, and then take a look at this. Heading throughout the day on Sunday, maybe a few peaks of sunshine, but clouds looking to stay with us, not warming up too much again, sticking in the 40s throughout the day on Sunday. So as far as projected rainfall goes, looks to be about 1/4 to 1/2 inch by the afternoon hours, so from this morning, widespread rain. And then as I head over to Sunday morning, we add on another 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain from that widespread rain we get tonight into tomorrow morning. So this is what we're looking at as far as rainfall amounts go. So keeping an eye on those rivers and creeks from the rainfall we see today. Now I know I mentioned that S-word snow in the forecast. Models though, take a look at this. 2 different models not exactly lining up. One showing snow staying down to our southeast. The other one showing about 1 to 3 inches of snow here by the start on Monday. So something we're going to be keeping an eye on as we get closer to Sunday night into Monday. Just rain though for this weekend and cloudy for tonight. Widespread rain overnight, cloudy skies as well. We dip down into the 30s. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast. I'm keeping a little bit of rain on for Sunday because we could see some in the morning, but mostly cloudy throughout the day on Sunday. Monday, that's when we have that chance for snow, as well as Tuesday, but it's not a long-lived snow as we do get back into the 50s by the end of the work week. So our director, he knows this one again, but
He's
what
not
team,
giving me the
he's
answer.
not going to give it to her. So if she gets this, we gave her a clue. It's a team that wears blue, but that's not going to be too helpful for her.
Don't they all wear blue?
They do. So
He said
we'll
it's
see.
the Bruins. Which one is the Bruins? I don't know.
You got this.
Kentucky, UNC, Kentucky.
Do you got one?
B.
It's actually A.
I was so close.
You were close. When you said the U, I was like, she's going to
You're
get
like,
this.
she's got it.
She's actually going to get this one right.
Okay.
But
All
yeah, it was close. All of them have won multiple, so it was a good
Right.
answer.
Well, we thank Ed for his knowledge and for playing.
I got to try to stump him because he is tough.
He has everything.
He's
back there.
Googling it during the break.
No,
but
I
he
don't
knows
think he
it the
does.
minute I
don't
say
think
it.
he does
That's
because
true.
I ask him questions face to face, and 9 times
Yep.
out of 10 he knows the
Because the
answer.
minute I give the question, he's like, yep, I know it.
I know you all want to meet
Yeah.
Ed now, don't you? We'll introduce him one day. Thank you so much, Sam. There's a live and
On this dreary Saturday night, meteorologist Samantha Wessing in the Weather Center.
I feel like that was my word. That was my pick.
Yeah.
It describes the day.
Yeah, perfectly.
Cloudy out there. Much of that widespread rain has moved on through, so we're not going to be dealing with that right now. That'll arrive again
Okay, good.
during the overnight hours. Let's take a look at that Storm Tracker 2 Yorkville Battery live radars. We can see some rain showers still for this evening. They'll be a lot more scattered. They'll move through rather quickly compared to what we saw earlier today, but we're still mostly cloudy out there. Widespread rain that will be back for tonight. So rain continuing into the overnight, into your Sunday morning. Mostly cloudy and cool for Sunday. We're talking temperatures in the 40s again for tomorrow. And then there's that word snow, possibly back in the forecast to start out the work week. A little bit warmer out to our west, getting into the upper 50s and 60s here, sitting in the 40s for the remainder of the night. We will dip down into the 30s, some areas for the overnight hours. But as you can see, dry right now, and then that rain, heavier, widespread coming back throughout the overnight. A full look at what you can expect for tonight, as well as the second half of your weekend. That's all coming up. Back over to you, Ben.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. Today is a national day of forecast tonight at 11. Meteorologist Samantha Wessing in the Weather Center. A very dreary day. We can hear the rain hitting the rooftop as it just does not seem to
I'm going
want
to
to
say the
stop
rain
tonight.
is back again right
Yeah.
now, so we're dealing with rain. Widespread, though, rain as we continue
Yeah.
to the overnight hours. So right now it's a little more scattered, but we're going to be seeing more widespread into your Sunday morning. So there's like that Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Scattered rain showers moving on through this evening. They are lighter right now, but we're going to be seeing, like I said, widespread into your Sunday morning. Taking a look at what I'm tracking, rain continues into the overnight hours. Mostly cloudy and cool again on Sunday, so we will be seeing some peaks of sunshine. But we're back into the 40s. Possible snow back on its way to start the work week. You can see 40s around much of New York State for this evening. We're looking to stay in the low 40s to upper 30s, and you can see that as we approach the next couple of hours. Cool start to the day in the low 40s, but there's that rain as we continue into Sunday. A full look at that second half of the weekend forecast coming up. Back over to you, Ben.
All All right, Sam, thank you very much. Nescentia Health hosted its
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Samantha Wessing.
Well, good evening. What a rainy day it was today with those overcast skies, chilly temperatures. Tomorrow, maybe a little bit of sun, but those temperatures looking to stick around for the second half of the weekend. Let's take a look. Downtown Utica, you can see that tower cam filled up with those raindrops. Rain passing over this evening. More rain to arrive overnight, but look at those wet roadways out there for your Saturday night. Temperatures didn't fluctuate too much throughout the day today. We got a little bit into the upper 40s, but we're still sitting in the mid 40s right now. Low 40s in Otter Lake. We're going to be in the 40s pretty much all night long into the morning as well. Some places could drop into the upper 30s, but we're pretty much going to sit here as we continue towards the second half of the weekend. There's that Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Line of showers moving on through right now. Not too heavy, but still steady rain showers passing on this evening. Dry back behind it before the next round arrives throughout the overnight. Just rain, though, falling for this evening. You can see we had scattered showers throughout much of the night. Hit or miss, like I said, as we continued into the late night hours. And then we'll see more into the morning. All this, the same system kind of sitting over us, causing this continual unsettled weather that we saw throughout the day today. Let's time everything out heading into the overnight hours. There's that widespread rain, very early morning hours on Sunday. So I'm not going to rule out a lingering shower for Sunday morning, but it will clear out and it will dry out as well. So as you can see by the afternoon, some clouds still sitting in place. Better chance for sunshine early afternoon hours into the dinner time. And then you can see clouds will build back up by Sunday night. And then as we head towards Sunday evening, mostly cloudy skies with a chance of snow, though, Sunday to Monday. As far as that rainfall goes, here's the total for the entire event from this morning until tomorrow morning. So for 24 hours, this is about how much rainfall we're going to see. So we saw early on about a quarter inch, add another quarter inch for that overnight widespread rain. So a good amount of rain from the day today. Now we are watching for the potential for some snow. Luckily, these models have kind of shifted. This one has pushed a lot of the snow to our south. The ECMWF really hasn't showed too much, but they're kind of starting to come in line together as we get closer to Sunday. So as far as that Sunday to Monday snow, most of that actually looking to stay to our south, but snow still in the forecast for the start of the work week next week. 38 overnight tonight, cloudy is that rain overnight for tomorrow. We'll start with some couple showers, but then we'll see that sun and clouds by the afternoon back into the mid-40s. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast. I'm keeping the snow here just in case things change for Monday, but the better chance for snow looking to be on Tuesday. Early morning hours on Tuesday, we're in the 30s, and we're back into the 50s to end the week. More of News Channel 2 after the break.